We're just not gonna talk about or address the reason why I haven't uploaded a video in almost 2 months. We're just gonna forget or ignore the fact that I am uploading a top 10 2020 video in the butt end half of February. We're just not gonna talk about it, okay? Thank you. So, 2020, a garbage year for everybody on planet Earth. But have you noticed every other year there was this kind of twist to it? We had 20 gay teen, we had 20 bi teen. What was 2020? Like 20 trans teen? Like I can't think of any cool thing today just for it, and that kind of makes me sad. But 2020 was the year of the trans, and I'm here for it. Hey, Editor TVC, jumping in here real quick. I realized that just putting a little note thingy on screen wasn't enough, so I wanted to stick it in and say it here. The following shows I mentioned will not be on this list because of the aforementioned lack of omnipotence that I do not possess. So DuckTales won't be on this list, even though I know DuckTales was kind of popping last year, but I unfortunately wasn't on the hype train. Tangled ended last year as well, and I also just didn't watch it because I stopped vibing with it after the first season, but I might watch it again. I have not watched a single episode of Kipo and the Age of the Wonder Beast because I'm stubborn. I don't know why. It's just like an inside joke on the channel. TVC, watch it? No. So if I watch it this year, it might pop up. But I just see Kipo as a more saturated version of Adventure Time, if that was ever even a possibility. Oh yeah, also Infinity Train is a show that I just stopped watching after season 1. Don't know why. I planned to watch season 2. I think it even came out beginning of last year, January 2020, but here we are. Oh my god. So yeah, those shows won't be on this list. Don't expect them to be. Don't get angry when you finally realize that they're not. And I don't think I'll have an honorary mention section, because despite last year being so good for animation, I just did not expand outside my bubble. That's what happens when you get 3 different periods of immense depression, 2 of them even coming with suicidal tendencies. It's a lot to process, but I'm fine now. I'm totally okay. I'm fine. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled programming. So, this list has been moved around a lot, and even as I hit record, I switched out the number 1 and 2 spots. Like, I put number 1 as number 2 and number 2 as number 1, and number 10, I switched out the 9th and 10th spot as well. So number 9 is now 10 and number 10 is now 9. We love TVC's yearly breakdowns when it comes to ranking cartoons. 2020 was a beast for animation. I thought 2019 was a bloodbath. Even though things were hard in 2020 and things got streamlined, there was so much good content in 2020, and a lot of shows came to an end, which was why initially the script was so late. There was a lot of shows that I had to watch before I made the script because they ended in 2020, and I had to watch it and put it in this list because watching it in 2021 just wouldn't feel right. So one show on this list literally delayed this video from coming out by like 2 weeks because I just had to watch it. And when I watched it, I remember I didn't finish watching the number 9 spot season show till its completion. I just cannot speak today. 2 months, TVC. You had 2 months to prepare and you just choke. Fuck me. The number 9th spot, when I finished watching that other show that I delayed this video for, I had to finish watching number 9, so I was caught up on everything, and here we are, number 10. We are in the future. Steven Universe Future. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Sometimes I forget that this was a thing, that this happened. I have a script kind of detailing why this show kind of went the way it did. You can say it's negative or whatever, but because of how much people have feelings towards it, I just decided to shelf that video, maybe for a later date. But Steven Universe Future just existed. It just happened. It didn't leave any impact or imprint. It didn't get any fuzzy feels. Yes, there were some episodes that made me almost die laughing, but it was, now that I think about it, such a shallow laugh. I think I was trying so hard to like it, but it did have its moments, but just not as impactful as it could have been. And I really wish Steven Universe for once got number 1 on any of my lists, but I started making them late. If I had started earlier, I'm pretty sure Steven Universe would have gotten like the top 3 spots back in like 2015 or 16 or something. But for now, it barely made the list, and I just gave it that for common courtesy's sake, because it's Steven Universe. I gotta do it to him. The show literally made my channel. So Steven Universe Future gets number 10. Number 9, we have a show that I didn't expect to switch out for Steven Universe, and that is...
Who knows what really happens when a video game starts to glitch?
Glitch Text. This show grew on me. It kind of did the opposite of Steven Universe, whereas Steven Universe started out good and ended bad. This one started out bad and ended good. I had to trudge to watch it. Like, this show was a pain to watch for me. The jokes weren't funny. It was like somebody high on sugar was making this. And I'm always high on sugar, so I should know.
So we need an opposing raid team to go in there and take control. Since our usual raid leader is dying, apparently.
I'm dying? Technically, all humans are.
I'm gonna need someone else to take the lead on this.
But it just got to me. The colors, the characters, even the cringy dialogue that sounds like somebody my age is trying to write what's hip and cool with the youngins, you know, the young ones. But it really grew on me, and I really came to appreciate the style, the dialogue, and how the show progressed. I thought it would be the way shows in my generation, fuck, I just felt so old, shivers, was made, but it's kind of like the life and times of Jennifer Lee, but modern. Like, I see this show and it's like, I've seen this before, but it has this twist where I don't think it's like villain of the day, kind of like problem of the day, sometimes not even problems, just doing things. So it's kind of like slice of life with action. I like it. I didn't think I would, but I did enough to put it above Steven Universe Future, so that should say something. So good job, Glitch Text. You weren't a complete and utter disappointment. Number 8. Speaking about disappointments, now, I should be fair to Miraculous. They didn't have anything in 2020, which is saying a lot because they outranked 2 shows. Who's running this shit? There is corruption going on, I can feel it. But to be serious, Miraculous New York just did it for me. I don't know why. I loved it so much. And my fans were like, how? You've been so critical of this show. Look at all these flaws. And it's like, I'm aware of them, surprisingly. Maybe subconsciously I am, but I don't care. I like it. This Miraculous New York special, whatever, is the essence of why I fell in love with this show, why I liked it so much, and they were able to capture it, and it just really resonated with me. Now, it didn't resonate enough for me to push it past other shows on this list, because those ones actually had episodes this year, but it was enough for me to go, you know what, I'm proud of you, I really like this, keep going. If season 4 can give us this, I will be so happy. So yeah, number 8 goes to miraculous. Number 7. Carmen Sandiego. I have a video. I will be posting it after this one, hopefully. If you're on Patreon, you get early access. If you're the regular peasants, you get it when you get it. So this shit made me cry. I'll see if I can insert a sneak peek of that video. Oh my god, okay. Okay, it hurts. But dear sweet Lord, that ending got to me. The season was just perfect. I don't know how I felt about how they kept breaking up certain aspects, because it felt like Carmen Sandiego started last year and ended last year. But everything was just so quaint, so quirky. Oh wait, they had a Halloween. Did Carmen Sandiego end in 2020 or 2021? Should I be ranking it here? I am confusion, but I don't know. Should I count the season finale? Wait a minute, I gotta go look up when the show ended. Up. Season 4 debuted in January, so we're not counting the 4th season here. We're just counting the Halloween special. No wonder it's so low. I was wondering. The ending got me, you guys. You have no idea. So yeah, Carmen Sandiego. All I remember is Halloween, Vamp Witch, Carmen. It was I can't remember much, which is weird. All I remember is I really liked it. It was really good enough for me to want to live react to it. They built up the perfect set of circumstances for the show to end on, even though I'm not putting the ending into consideration. So for what they had and they built, it was really good. I think there was more Carmen Sandiego in 2020, but I cannot remember for the life of me. But yeah, if there was, here we go. On to number 6. Number 6. Now, this is a choice that I find very weird, because I was against this show at first. I thought it would be liberal nonsense, Trump hating, conservative hating, the whole thing that's been poisoning cartoons for the last years. Because I'm sorry, not all of us are American. Some of us really could care less what's going on in your political system. We don't care that your candidate didn't win. And now that your candidate did win, can cartoons go back to being cartoons, please? But rant aside, my unwarranted bias towards this show really wasn't warranted, because I was surprised by what the number 6 spot had, and it is Harley Quinn. Now, I know you should rank higher, but I just started giving the show a chance. Give me a break. But I watched both season 1 and 2 in 2020, and it was amazing. I loved this. I should probably rank this higher than my 5th pick, but I don't want social, pressures to do that to me. Should this be higher than number 5? No, stick to your guns, TVC. I liked it. It was okay. Season 2 kind of got under my skin, because I had the spoilers for season 2. I knew 2 people hooked up, and before I even started watching the show, so it was kind of ruined for me. And I don't know if I would have liked the show more or less if I didn't know that, because I don't kind of like that story structure. Because now that I think about it, isn't there this kind of stigma against lesbians and cheating? But all of a sudden it's fine here. I don't know. So it's kind of like, okay, why do people pick and choose what to be pissed at? But the dialogue is perfect. I love Harley's personality. I am this woman. This woman is me. She does things in this show that I am like, I feel personally attacked because that is what I would do verbatim. It's scary. And yeah, it's not what we thought it was, or what I thought it was, what the people who don't like this show thought it was. It's its own thing. It's really good. It's really well written and structured. Yeah, season 2 is kind of but it has so much high stakes that don't even matter. But at the end of the day, it shouldn't, because it's a Harley Quinn show. Who are you to have expectations? How dare you? So yeah, really liked it. You should give it a chance if you were like me and just said, oh, this is woke liberal garbage. I will not. It will sully the name of cartoons. No, it's actually really good. I actually really liked it a lot. As you can see, the shows it beat. Probably gonna switch it with the number 5 space, but let's finish number 5 first. Yeah, so Harley Quinn is number 6, and our number 5 cartoon is Blood of Zeus. Now those who know why I'm laughing know why I'm laughing, but this is a cartoon that sparked controversy, question mark, in the fandom or in the people who watched it. And I want to make a more in-depth review, or just a more all-encompassing review, but I surprisingly love this. I was really engaged, more than I should be, really invested. But after everything ended, now I'm kind of mellow, so it's like, where was all the gun-ho love for this show? I love Greek mythology. I love hero stories. I love action. I love bitchy women that I can hate with a vengeance. I love complex asshole characters that you're not supposed to root for, but you're kind of rooting for because fuck the other guy. I don't understand why this worked for me, but it did. Now the question is, did it work more than Harley Quinn? Because I love Harley Quinn as a character, but this show fucking does it for me. God damn it. It kind of puts Zeus in a different light, which everybody hated, and I'm like, it's a different adaptation. Yes, nobody's arguing the fact that Zeus is a dick, but Hera is more of a dick in this one. Who's messaging me? Go away. And I don't know about you, but I'm willing to root for the lesser of two evils. You know, I hate cheating assholes more than anything on planet Earth, but I will side with a hoe over a genocidal maniac. I think you should know this about me right now. Look at Steven Universe. I'd rather be with the promiscuous person, allegedly, than the genocidal maniac. This is a standard for me. That's where the bar is for me. It should be the same with all of you. You can side with the murderer if you want, but I'm gonna be looking at you funny from now on. But jokes aside, really like Blood of Zeus, like the art style, like the story, like how everything was kind of paced, the tragedy of it, and I think there's gonna be more, because there should be. Don't like the fact that Zeus is gonna be put in a negative light because Laura Olympus super fan over here, but I'm excited to see more. I don't think season 2 will grab me as much as this season did, or it will, but it had the kind of Castlevania vibe where each season is gonna be better than the last. So I am here for it, and I like it, and Blood of Zeus is my number 5 spot. Now we get into tricky territory, because the next slot isn't number 4, but my number 4.5. Yes, and that is Attack on Titan. Now, it's still ongoing, and by the time 2020 ended, there was only like 3 episodes, and I shouldn't rank it this high over those 3 episodes, but I know what's to come. So that's why I'm putting it so high up. If I'm being realistic, I should probably put it at an 8.5, but it's Attack on Titan. I'm biased. Just 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 the way I'm born. I cannot have Attack on Titan be lower than a 5 in anything. Lower than a probably 4. Is this technically still 4? Well, it's not a 4, but it's not a 5. Can't have it less than 5 or less than 4. Whatever. It's number 4.5 based on the episodes we had, because I know it's gonna be good, even though I shouldn't judge it for the episodes that's gonna be good, but for what we have, it's fine. This is just me putting a show I like above everything else because I like it. Leave me alone. Sue me. You can't. It's my list. On to number 4. Our number 4 cartoon is, or 4th, English?
We're gonna win in this. We must be strong.
She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. Another show that ended in 2020 and ended with a bang. It ended in the beginning of 2020, but I had so many issues with uploading it, live reacting to it. I even just gave up live reacting and just watched the damn thing, even though I really wish I live reacted to it. But I think it was also other part of the shows that had me delay, because I really wanted to live react to it, but I just had to accept the fact that YouTube wouldn't let me, and all the loopholes I'm going through to try and get it up were really affecting my mental health. So after watching it, really solid show, and I couldn't push it to reviewing it in 2021 because it ended in the beginning of 2020. So I really should have watched it a long time ago. But yeah, depression, YouTube. What were we talking about? Yeah, the ending was kind of unfulfilling. It left so much in the air. I really hated the fact that they didn't get Glimmer's mom back, but it was such a non-ending, and it was kind of like, excuse me? All the other times She-Ra has been on this list, it just dominated, but now it's like number 4 because, yeah, it was good, but like, I can't explain it. It's a good show, it's a good series finale, but something is nagging me, and I cannot for the life of me tell what it is. Am I hyping this up more than it needs to be? Because criticism from people is just nagging in my ear right now, like, it's not as good as it should be, it has issues, it has this, and it's like, I don't care about those. I like the show, but for whatever reason I can't rank it higher than a 4. So maybe those things got to me, or maybe I started looking at the show more critically than I should. But for what it's worth, number 4 isn't bad. It's a really good rank, especially all the others that we had. But some people might say, well, all the other shows that you list aren't worth shit, TBC, so it should do better than this. But I really liked She-Ra, the finale. It was really good. Could have been better. Definitely. Good for what it is. Perfect. We love to see a gay ending, and I almost cried when Shadow Weaver died, and a friend almost disowned me for that. So, win-win in my book. And moving swiftly over to our next spot, we have number 3.5, which is...
When you want somebody gone and you don't want to wait too long, call the immediate murder professionals. Hand grenade or cyanide will make it look like suicide. The immediate murder professionals. We do our job so well because we come straight up from hell.
Hell of a Boss just dominated during the end of the year. I think Vivzi is going for a 1 episode a month thing, which would be so awesome. We got an episode in, I can't remember if it was October or November, but we got the first episode, which didn't really do it for me, but episode 2, God have mercy, I loved episode 2 to an unhealthy degree. And now episode 3 is out, but I won't count it in this ranking because it came out in 2021. But my goodness, Hell of a Boss, just that one episode, episode 2, just made this show skyrocket up this list. It was that bomb, and a show with only 2 episodes shouldn't have this much destructive power on a top 10 list, but here we are in the future. I will never stop doing that, I'm sorry. Okay, and if you haven't watched Hell of a Boss, I highly recommend it. If you're over 18, that is. But I see my 12-year-old sister watching it, so who am I to judge? Do what you want to do. I can't stop you from living your life. But yeah, Hell of a Boss, really good, really great writing. I love the characters so much, and if this is where the show ranks with just 2 episodes. I'm terrified to see its ranking after 2021 or after the first season, because things look like they're about to get serious. But yeah, on to my number 3 spot. Number 3, we have a tie between and Okay, hear me out. Let's start with Hilda. Hilda season 2 was not Hilda season 1. Hilda annoyed the ever-living heck out of me. Like, oh my goodness, I hated this little girl so much in her own damn show. But the world of Hilda, the people of Hilda, the cast of Hilda, I love this fantasy world so much. I want to live in it, but not really, because I would have died a long time ago, as a baby most probably. Wow, this is an interesting show, and I can't even blame Hilda for what she's doing, because it's kind of in line with her character, but the wonder that season 1 gave me just wasn't here. And I guess that's not a fair comparison, because it wasn't new. You can't expect your first time to be the same as your last or your second. That could have gone... That was such a sexual innuendo. I promise you that's not what I intended, but you get what I mean. And there was one episode that made me cry so much. No, I'm getting emotional. It was so good. And it shows the potential this show has to just destroy the human emotions. And I love it so much. Really wish I could have ranked it higher, but the main character just pulled a horror on me and I just couldn't give him more than a 3. But a 3 is good, because again, the number 3 is my favorite number and my birthday date. Now on to the second half of this tie, which is Rise of the TMNT. I will defend this show with my dying breath. People are sleeping on this show to an epic proportion that is damn near unfair. The ending. I saw the ending on Twitter, where I think the Nickelodeon Twitter account was posting about it, and I just saw Leo do a post, and I just said, you know what, no, I'm watching this show in its entirety. I didn't watch season 2 in its entirety like I wanted, but I watched the key episodes, hopefully, maybe. I think I watched everything. No, yeah, I think I did. Anyway, I didn't even finish watching season 1 from what I gathered, because there was a lot of things missing that I didn't understand, but I like that the show, even if you don't get the full context, you can still watch it, and it still has a storyline going in. Kind of like a Dexter show mixed with an Avatar show. It's kind of like Avatar. Avatar had its slice of life and it had its serious storylines undergoing, which every cartoon and their grandma is trying to do these days. But TMNT, Rise of the TMNT did it so much better. And for the end fight alone, wow, it was too good. It's the kind of fight that will bring tears to your eye. The animation in this show is on a level completely different from any other on the show. There's only one other show on this list whose animation can even go toe-to-toe with Rise of the TMNT, and that's our number 1 spot. So if I'm ranking show based on comedy and animation, Rise of the TMNT would be number 1. I am actually right now second guessing myself, thinking I should probably put this at number 1, but I just really like the other 2 shows more. Well, not more, I watched them first, I got engaged with them first, and I really got attached to them. I watched Rise of the TMNT in 2021, so it might still be fresh in my mind, and that's why I'm unfairly going to rank it above those. But I love this show so much, and I hate the flack it gets. I hate it so much, and that's also one of the reasons why I want to put it as number 1, just to spite people. But we're gonna leave things there. We'll see what I do towards the end of the video. Now moving on to our next spot, we have number 2, which is Beastars. Yeah, I told you I did a last minute switch. Beastars was actually number 1. So we have that to deal with. Legoshi, what are you doing to me? Literally, Legoshi is the only reason why I put this as number 1, but I cannot be unfair to the number 1 spot, so I'm gonna leave that where it is. Beastars, I've said everything I needed to say in my review, my very long review, but great story, great animation, great character writing. Apparently season 2 is out now, so yippee for me. But from what I've heard that's gonna happen in the manga, I'm kinda not looking forward to it, and hopefully that didn't influence my decision here. Going based solely on season 1, there were some things that I just didn't jive with, so that kind of brought it down. That being Haru being kind of a cunty bitch, but again, I don't blame her. I can't just expect her to fall in love with a predator. But come on, look at him! Look at him! He is such a good boy. But yeah, that is my number 2 spot.
Love is war, love is war, love is war. Love is war, love is war, love is war.
Moving on to number 1, and that is this scene. This scene is the reason why Castlevania is number 1, and thus we have a returning champion dominating the list. 2020 had a lot of returning champions, and I am surprised Castlevania was the one to beat them. My goodness, because we have Hilda, we have She-Ra. I'm pretty sure Attack on Titan once took number 1 and number 2, so we had a lot of heavy hitters on this list. I wanted to mention this towards the beginning of the video, but I didn't want to ruin the surprise, you know? But yeah, Castlevania, just stellar writing. Even the weak links were phenomenal and very well written. Even though I didn't like Alucard's storyline, I gotta give it to the fact that the twin story was really good. Everything was top tier, top notch, and oh my god, I really just want to put TMNT above this just for the troll. But you know what I'm gonna do? This is my list. We're gonna have the Wall of Fame of winners. As we remember, 2017 was, I can't remember, I think Castlevania. 2018 was Hilda. 2019 was The Dragon Prince and She-Ra. 2020 we have Castlevania again, but honorable first place goes to TMNT just for stellar everything. Crucify me all you want, I'm standing by my guns, goddammit. And yeah, that is where this list ends. This video is unbelievably long, and I fear the fact that I'm gonna have to edit this, but I'm back, baby, and what better way to be back than having a half an hour long video. So I hope you watched everything and didn't skip a thing. But yeah, thanks for viruses so much for being here, so much for supporting me. I missed you guys so much. You have no idea. I'm surprised how I'm still making money. I am flabbergasted that I'm still getting views and subscribers. You guys are the best in the world, universe, in existence. And I really wouldn't be here without you. So thank you so much again. Don't forget to do all the things. I'm gonna wait till a couple of videos before I start begging you for money with like merch and Patreon. But for now, all I'm gonna ask is to like this video. Please. This is probably gonna take a lot of work, and future editing TVC will probably put something on the screen to confirm that. So just hit the like button and leave a comment. Comment what your top 10 favorite cartoons were of 2020. I know a lot of you have been telling me, oh TVC, I have my list ready, I'm waiting for you. Now's the time, boys. Post your favorites in the comments below. Tell me which ones you agree with, which ones you don't agree with. Just have fun down there. The TVC community and TVC herself is back, and I can't wait to make 2021 our year. Thanks everyone so much for clicking to watch, but with that being said, this is TVC. Mwah. Signing out.